So our brief, be stronger together with Arsenal fans. Create a communications campaign that connects locally and personally with Arsenal fans, inspiring passion in a way that only Puma can. Specifically, we want to launch the Season 2 kits with comms, communications, activations, and buzz that spark engagement with the community and drive traffic to the stores. We would love the big concept idea. So we always talk about that as the big idea. Some mandatories here. Obviously, everything being signed off in Forever Faster, so that's our brand idea. So we want this to be contributing to what Forever Faster means. Obviously, the Puma logo lockup in there. Hashtag of Stronger Together. We always want to be kind of supporting that as well. And then the Arsenal logo.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's Team Roma, Ikra, Mobia, Mostro, Asha, and Slipstream. Let the battle begin.
My name is Katlego Patlani. I'm representing Portfolio Night Johannesburg, and I'm a creator.
My name is Stacy Randolph. I came from Portfolio Night Chicago. I'm originally from Minnesota, have been living and working in Chicago for a while, and I am an art director.
My name is Rohan Fernandez. I'm a copywriter. I hail all the way from Mumbai, India, and I represent Portfolio Night Paris.
Hi, I'm Ava Kumpen. I'm an art director, or you can say a concept provider as well. I'm representing Toronto.
Hi, my name is Bob Leduc. I'm an art director, and I'm representing Portfolio Night Los Angeles.
Hi, or as they say in Dubai, marhaba, which means welcome in Arabic. Officially, I'm an art director, and I represent Portfolio Night Dubai.
I'm currently studying at the Vega School of Brand Leadership, where I'm doing my final year. They picked the best 2 portfolios in my sort of field at school, and they told us that, hey, your portfolios have been selected to go to Portfolio Night. When I saw the whole event and what it was about, you start getting nervous and you're like, oh snap, what's I'm not ready. After seeing my last creative director, I was pretty stoked because he was like, yo, this is the best portfolio I've seen tonight. And I was like, wow, okay, I was very excited, you know. In my email, it's McCann, and they're like, hey, Kat, can you please answer your phone? We're trying to contact you. Hello. And then they were like, yeah, it's us from McCann, and we just want to tell you that you've been selected as the Portfolio Night All-Star from Johannesburg, and I freaked out.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing! Shit, okay, this is a big deal. I can't, oh shit, okay, thank you so much.
I was at a loss for words. I didn't know what to say, you know. I was like, oh my god. And this for me, being here for me is my biggest achievement.
I am here for a lot of reasons. First and foremost, just trying to get my foot in the door in the advertising world. The chance to network and meet with so many people who are in the industry is huge, and hopefully getting a job.
This is my life. This is what I live for. This is what I, breathe. I wake up in the morning, I sleep thinking about advertising, getting validation for my work, getting accredited, that I have ideas, I am capable, and, having something great to take back to future employers saying look, I can, do great work for you.
I started feeling maybe I went into the wrong field. Maybe I'm not an art director. Maybe I should go back to school and be an engineer or something, or an accountant. That's kind of where I got a little emotional when I got the call, and it felt like validation that I am an art director. Maybe I do belong here, and I want to prove to not only myself, but to other people and other agencies that I am an art director.
I'm 29, and you must be wondering, why am I so old and here? But I did a lot of things in life before I got into advertising. I really wanted a kickstart in my career. I think this would really be a nice launch pad. That's what I thought of, and so it was.
Yeah, you're going to New York. You won Portfolio Night All-Stars. I think I even cried. In advertising, you have to start from scratch, and that's logical. But the thing is that I knew somewhere that I could get there faster, maybe because I'm a little bit impatient. But I know that I can do more with my ideas than only selling a product.
For Friday, I think we actually have to have like a good, strong layout. Maybe like not with the color bonding, because that's actually another concept.
It was actually an idea to make a sort of online football game. Because like Twitter is our sponsor, we were thinking about working with Vine videos of people passing the ball through the whole network of Vine.
We had this morning of a lot of turmoil, like what we're gonna do next, and then just like two hours back, we stuck upon a bigger idea. The concept is, how do we infect people with the fever and madness of the fans? The insight being that we know fans are going to buy into the kits anyway. To grow the family, we would have to infect the people around these fans. So this is the main goal of our idea right now.
Yeah.
We thought we don't need a big concept because the concept's already there. Basically what you need to do is continue with the story that they already have and do it in an effective way. We thought of a very simple idea. We thought of using Twitter, hashtags, and linking it to opening of the shops. So it's like the fans are responsible for opening the shutters of the shops, but through Twitter and through hashtagging. And let's see how we go ahead with that.
We're definitely still trying to come up with as many things as possible, and then hopefully later today and tomorrow we'll really start refining those into what's going to be our solid idea. You could take a picture of what's in front of you, and then people would like tweet it, and it would like be a voice, like it would read it, so it would say like what you're looking at. Like there's a bench in front of you, and so like if you couldn't see what's in front of you, you could get this like community of people to kind of help you out. We're really looking forward to having a chance to talk with Frederick tonight, and then the JWT people tomorrow, and kind of bounce a few ideas off the walls and see what's really sticking.
We're saying the fans and Arsenal and Puma are strung together. And what we're trying to do is create the first ever global team. I'm not so much worried about like where everything is placed. I'm just worried about where you are, like in terms of when you see it. Will you see the Puma logo? Will you see the Arsenal logo? Will you be able to see the hashtag? And what the global team is, it's how do you bring the fans closer to the players.
So we're, trying to focus on this devotion, like, how far can you go for your team? What are you like willing to do for your team? The ultimate sacrifice. So that's one of the kind of the roots we're looking at. You're not just buying a t-shirt, you're, proving yourself to the team. But we have to make them feel like, no, you didn't just buy a t-shirt, you put in effort to earn the right to wear this t-shirt. So we're looking at ways how we can make the fans feel more involved rather than just being supporters. Like how can they feel like they're really like contributing to their team?
As far as executions, we have a bunch on board that I think the moment I go back there, we're gonna kill a lot of them. The idea of being more than what you expect, I think that is the golden idea right
you
there.
You can be more than you expect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel like this is starting to become the idea here.
Yeah.
Right? So I think if we can come up with like just one or two and then just go nuts on the execution for each. If it can bring fans together, then it can bring fans closer to Puma. And I think that's what we're trying to really accomplish here.
When we got to JWT, they assigned us a little boardroom, they call it the cathedral, where we all sat down and we're going to present to Frederick and guys that were working on the Puma brief as well.
Coming into the building of GWT was very scary in a way, but because it was so impactful. The size of the building, the amount of people that were running around. This is like an agency that there's a lot of things going on, a lot of creativity coming out of it. It gave me even more like motivation, I guess, to do even better.
And so we walk into the office and I was quite excited because, this is like the worldwide headquarters of JWT, so I really wanted to see what it's like. And having interned at JWT Dubai, I wanted to see what its similarities or how is it different.
The magnitude, just how big and just full it was. I mean, just so many people working. it felt like the New York ad experience. So it was something that was really cool.
It's hard to know without having any idea what anyone else is doing, like where you stand. So that midweek check-in, as nervous as we were about it, has really proved itself worthwhile. When we first started exploring this creative challenge, what really stuck out to us was the enormity of this Arsenal fan base. There's over 100 million supporters all around the world, and these fans are the loudest, most passionate, most dedicated fans around. So what we really wanted to do at the core of our idea was tap into the power of those fans.
Explore a little bit the technology, please.
Yeah.
Because explore a little bit, because I don't want something like, well, it can be done, but it just costs $45 million.
So I think it's at this point just a matter of pulling all of those pieces together, what we think, what they said, and just kind of like bringing together what we've learned this week and the whole experience of it into that one terrifying moment.
The feedback round was really good because we had a lot of doubts which were kind of reaffirmed with the feedback. So this is what you're going to do. You have to tweet to open the shop shutters to actually get access to your jerseys. So it's going to be clearly stated over there what they have to do to actually access the jerseys.
I don't know, like at one point you need to have an angle. I think you have to strategically, I think it's interesting.
Yeah, the behavior is interesting.
I think the behavior is interesting. I'm missing kind of what ties it all together, really.
After the presentation, everybody was like, oh no, now what do we do now? After half an hour to an hour, we calmed down. We're like, hey, you know what? Let's just take a breather today and check it out tomorrow.
All right, it's an ECD. You know, those sort of fears were coming back, like, here we go again.
Every time a fan goes into the store and takes a picture, like it gets on the billboard immediately, and their tweet also gets on the billboard as a type of headline for that specific billboard.
But then I think the other elements that you need to consider is that how you get people to be part of it, and how you get people to engage with that idea, and how, what are you inviting them to do?
We're able to now sort of focus our thinking to this one idea and just make it as beautiful as possible.
They're brainstorming with us, they're shooting ideas around, like, you know, how about this? Have you thought about that?
You unlock special content that's catered just to you because you're so loyal. You're like the ultimate fan.
And the ultimate fan is like you give it all, and you're ready to
do all that stuff.
So obviously you need to get something in return, obviously, as the ultimate. So you need to be rewarded in a way, and that's what I think. That's where you went into the currency. But I think the idea of like a currency becomes a little confusing.
Their feedback helped us, you know, clearly define what the idea was, and straight away we knew, yep, this is the direction we want to go in, and this is how we can, like, you know, bring it to life.
We did fall in love with some ideas, and to hear that our ideas, you know, perhaps weren't the best, sometimes can hurt a little. There's other ways, including like the idea of literally following a player through the season, through like the successes, the failures. You know, that's the kind of thing that kind of brings the passion out. So things like strapping a GoPro or a Google Glass on a player and be able to watch like the practices, like the successes, kind of like the highlights as they get ready for the season. Something that could be attached to the kit that they're wearing.
Think about like how everything is tied together throughout the one thing, you know, which is about we're gonna inspire a fan to follow their dream or to follow this, you know, to achieve something. So it's like, what do you want as an output? You know, as an invitation for fans.
The way he talks about campaigns and like where we're supposed to take it felt real and human and not so addy.
Everybody could see that I was really nervous because you have to explain your idea in your own words without being too technical. So actually the idea is who is the 12th player, connecting all fans with the team players by sending out vines of a person passing the ball to another person.
I've seen that.
I know, that's the only thing is that I was talking about but I think the moonwork, I think Uniqlo also did it, like there was like a big Uniqlo experience where they're passing the shirt on to one another.
We're all on the same boat and we have to keep on brainstorming maybe throughout the night, but I think at the end we'll be ready.
Right now we're listing all the things that we have to visually execute, and from there we're going to start like, alright, you can do this, you can do this.
Ask me now in Japanese.
これはこれから日本でも起こられることですか?
We're all excited that we're finally going to like let our skills like show.
Our team right now is feeling hesitantly good. We'll get on a roll and get really excited and like kind of have those breakthroughs like we know how we're gonna do this and this is gonna be cool. And then other times like, wait, can we actually pull that off in 24 hours? I don't know. The players want to hear noise. The fans want to show passion. I'm Stacy Randolph, we're Team Roma, and we're gonna do something today. We have like the mile-high view of what we need to do, and it's just a matter of like spending some time with our, face buried in our laptops to make it work.
It's all about now getting the presentation in place and getting to know who speaks what and what do we speak about. So Puma stores all across the world will be controlled using tweets. They have to tweet the hashtag Stronger Together to actually raise the shutters of the Puma stores, wherein they can then access their Arsenal Season 2 kits. So we know what we need to do, we just have to do it now.
At this point, we are focused. Like, we know exactly where we're going, we know exactly what we have to do like by tomorrow. With over half of Twitter's population crazy sports fans, exploiting the platform is imperative. So here's what needs to be done. Put Arsenal as a forerunner at all dimensions of social media.
Okay, then you can go forward and then you can add your stuff.
Okay, hopefully we won't be scrambling around. It depends on how long actually like getting the presentation together takes. If we manage to do that quick enough, yeah, tomorrow will be like a walk in the park.
It's just that we still have to figure out how we have to like fill in the tasks. This is actually a very important part where you tell that this campaign can lead to something further. We have a concept that could really socially could go somewhere and even lead its own story even after the campaign.
Yeah, we're quite a ways. We have 24 hours, I think, about 24 hours now. You'll hold up your phone and the LEDs all together will make one giant marquee. It's going to be the first card stunt that is ever changing throughout the game. And that's it, we're done. Thank you very much. I told him, we told the group that it's gonna be a long, long, long night.
As I stood up here on Monday, 24 young creatives sat before me. A group of strangers brought together because they were identified as the best of the best in Tokyo, Cape Town, Tel Aviv, Kansas City, and so many other places far away and in our own backyard. Now, 5 incredibly short days later, I see a group of colleagues, teammates, and friends. Unified by close quarters, a common stress, sleep deprivation. Most importantly though, they've been brought together by a single goal, to do the best work of their lives on this Puma brief.
My name is Kat Fat and I'm an ex-Arsenal player. And
how does Puma fit in there? How does
collaborate? But it's not really clear what kind of collaboration it is.
Counting down. Arsenal scores.
Your name. To show your friends, show your family, show the whole Twitter sphere.
And actually do your victory lap on the field.
That is our 6 presentations. Congratulations, guys.
The jury's out. We had some great discussion. First, I want to thank you all. I think you've done a tremendous work throughout this week. There's a reason why you are the All-Stars. So, you should be proud. So we're going to call, please, Team Roma and Team Mobium to the stage. You both demonstrated a very, very one single idea, and you executed that idea across everything you did. However, the idea of the contract was missing a Puma element. So, for that reason, Team Roma is a winning team.